Hey, hey! Happy Halloween, everybody! So, usually when I do a Halloween-y type video, I tend to do something pretty different. You know, like last year I did a video about some of my favorite horror movies and stuff that I like to watch for October, so I thought this one, because I've talked a lot of, like, memorabilia stuff on this video, like, God, last year I did a video about a comic I drew as a kid. I've done videos about, video games I tried to make, I did a video about video games I used to play outside. So, I thought this would be an interesting idea for a Halloween video, was that I remember I've always had a very powerful imagination. I've talked about that on my channel before, and I had some very interesting dreams, or nightmares, whatever you want to call them, when I was a kid. Some of them did kind of freak me out at the time. Others I just thought were kind of like really weird, but I used to always tell like my brother and his friend about them and stuff, and they would always crack up. So I was like, this might be an interesting idea for a video, which I've already said that. But the first two, which these are actually when I was probably in like junior high or something, so I was more like a teen or something. I wasn't a kid, but they're still pretty funny, so I'd share them. The first one, I was sleeping downstairs, because it was the summertime. My family always slept downstairs in the summer, well, at least like 3 out of 5 of us, because at my mom's house, we didn't have air conditioning upstairs, plus the bedroom doors were always kind of closed and stuff. It was more like closed in, whereas the downstairs, the doorways were much bigger, and we had an air conditioner in the living room and one in the dining room. We didn't have any upstairs, so, because the downstairs was more open, the air conditioning was more fluctuating. So we used to sleep downstairs in the summer, and I was sleeping on the floor, like probably in a sleeping bag or air mattress or whatever, and I had a dream that I was laying there, like, just, like, kind of kicking back or whatever, and I heard rapid footsteps, like, it was almost like Stewie and Family Guy, like those classic, I don't know if he does, yeah, but anyway, and then I stood up and looked, and it was, remember the show Invader Zim? Yeah, Zim, he was standing there, and he just went like, he stabbed me with a knife or something, and I just woke up or something, because obviously it was a dream, it wasn't real, I didn't get killed or anything, but, so I was just like, okay. This one, my brother always loves this story. He'll always, like, watch me, he has me, like, bring it up occasionally and stuff. I was in a huge toy store. This was a dream again, well, obviously, but, I don't know if it was Toys R Us or not, but it was a huge toy store, and, there was a news program, on the TV in there, and there was, like, an anchor person talking about how, or like a reporter or something, talking about how there was a demon on the loose going around killing people, and, so apparently this demon was actually in the toy store, and this demon was, like, it looked like something from Diablo. I mean, I never really got into the Diablo games, but I still have, like, an idea of what the demons and creatures and stuff like that look like. It looked like something from that. It had this huge, like, blade hand. So it was like, I'm going up and down this aisles, and then the demon was, like, at the, kind of the end of the aisles, like, stalking me. So I walk up to the thing, and I was like, can you, like, kill me later? I'm trying to look for something, And then I don't even remember what I was looking for, but it just kept coming. And then I was like, so I go back to looking down the aisles, and it's still stalking me, and I was like, fine, just get it over with or something. I walk up to the thing, and it just goes, and slashed my throat. That was it. I just woke up, and I was like, what the hell was that? And then I went back to sleep. Now, these other ones happened when I was, like, still in elementary school. I was probably, like, I'd say at least 2nd grade or something. So I had a dream that I was back in kindergarten. Now, keep in mind, this kindergarten, which actually was part of the same elementary school, it was almost like a basement type area. It was a very big room. I think there was like even a sink or two in there, and I think there was one window, and then there was two doors, I believe. There was one door that led out to the main hallway, and there was another one that had, like, led out a stairwell that curved, and it actually led up to the gymnasium. It was kind of cool, actually. The only light, really, was from the ceiling lights, whatever the hell you call them. But anyway, So I had a dream I was back in kindergarten, and it was a thunderstorm. And so the power was out due to the thunderstorm. And, we just had like a lantern or flashlights or something. And then we heard rustling in the closet. And then the teacher, who, she goes into the closet and she pulls out a ventriloquist dummy. And she goes like, "Oh, don't worry, kids, it's just a monster." Okay. And then, I feel like those were not... Oh, whatever. These next two weren't really scary. Well, one of them kind of was. The other one was just really weird. But it was... No, scratch that. Three of them, excuse me. One was... Yeah. Anyway, the next one, I remember I saw Child's Play 2 at a very young age. Like, I saw a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't have as a kid. And it actually kind of scared me. Years later, I got into more like, Chucky's more funny than he is scary. But anyway, so it was, I think the scene I had saw was, towards the end when he has the knife hand, he goes to stab Andy, and he, gets his hand stuck, the blade stuck in the vent, because that's kind of important for the story. But, I remember my sister used to collect trolls. You know, the ones that had, like, the wishing stone on their stomach, like the little gemstone, you'd rub it and make a wish or something. And she had one that with a nurse's outfit, which for some reason I was petrified of. And so, I had a dream that I was in her room, and the troll, its eyes were, like, moving around because Chucky had possessed it. And, because I only saw part of the movie, I didn't know how, like, the whole Chucky possession voodoo stuff worked. Because, like I said, I only saw part of the second movie. And, so he had... I think he, like, tried to come after me or something, and he, like, wanted me to... I don't remember... I only remember little bits and pieces. He wanted me to become his partner or something. And then it was... I just remember, like, that part with the troll, and then there was another part where, like, he, I don't know, turned against me or something. He tried to stab me with a knife, and I moved out of the way, and it got stuck. That's all I remember that one. But, these next two are the ones that are really scary. They're just really weird. There was these two, like, female aliens. They looked like something from, God, I remember my brother and I used to collect Marvel comic cards. And, he had, like, a bunch of different alien species, like Brood from, X-Men, for example. And he had ones, I forget what they were called. But I think they had, like, blue and purple clothes, blue and pink or something like that. And they had, like, a green heads, and it was kind of like a dome shape. It might have been the Watchers, but I don't think it was. And I remember I was, like, terrified of them for some reason. And then I had a dream that, that's what these two alien girls in my dream looked like. They were in the kitchen talking to my mom. And then my sister had gotten locked out. I think it was the aliens that did it. Or at least that's what the dream was. So I went to let her in, or unlock the door for her. And as I was doing that, one of the aliens threw, like, a seed or something onto the ground. And then I was heading back into the living room, and I stepped on the seed, and I froze. Yeah, it was just like it was some kind of, like, alien thing that would, like, paralyze or petrify your body or something. I don't know. So then this next one, this one was just really weird. It was basically like a zombie outbreak, except instead of zombies, they were like a marching band. Like they had the red jacket and pants and the tall red hat and everything. And it was, zombies, we know how they work. One bites you and eventually you turn into a zombie. In this case, these marching band guys, they would touch you and you'd turn into one, and it was instantaneous. So it was like you just became one, or like if they poked you or something like that. So we were holed up in the house, and kind of like Night of the Living Dead. And I was looking out the dining room window. I saw my stepfather. I think he was like trying to fight them off or something, but they got him. And then because we had my mom has an upper deck porch, so I was looking out the front door leads up to the upper deck porch, and then like the front yard and everything. So I was looking out the window, and our cat Cleo was out there. Now Cleo, a funny little side story. He was a cat that, I did say he. It was before I was born. My brother was probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 or something. And then it was him, my sister, then me. And so they had got a cat named Giselle, and she had like I think 3 or 4 litters from kittens. And then from the second litter they had Cleo and Max. My brother had named them. and because I think he got the name Cleo from Pinocchio, and because he was only like 3 or 4 at the time, he didn't know it was a girl's name. So, but the name just kind of stuck. So, you know, it was funny when you take him to the vet, and they'd be like, Cleo's a boy, right? But he was a great cat. You know, he used to always bring us all kinds of wacky stuff from the woods and stuff. And he'd do like this cry, like, "Ow!" because he wanted us to come out and see what he brought us. But anyway, very friendly cat. So he was on the porch. You know, going back to the dream. And I was like, oh no, they got, you know, I saw them like going after them, like, oh no, they got Cleo, and then Cleo had turned into one of these people, and it was like, it looked like, you know when you go on like Photoshop or one of those types of websites, and you put like, you take a person's body and then you put like an animal head on theirs, that's pretty much what it looked like. So then, there was 2 more that, these weren't when I was in elementary school, they were when I was like, probably like 5th or 6th grade or something, but these ones also were kind of creepy. The first one, I was playing in my neighbor's yard, and we saw like a UFO. Well, you know, like, I remember we always used to play around, like, when you see like airplanes going ahead with the blinking lights at night, because it was when it was dark out, you could just see the blinking lights. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's a UFO. Well, that was happening, and then suddenly it started coming closer, and I'm like, oh my god, I hear it, it's gonna land right here. It landed right in my neighbor's yard, and then my neighbor was just like, bye, and ran inside, and then all of a sudden, this little alien, it looked like E.T., but like more terrifying. It ran out, like towards me. Where, granted, like E.T. does that in the movie, but this was like more, it would hit it in like a more creepy way or something, but it was, I think I ran from it and then just woke up or something, but this one, saved the best for last. I remember, this is another one that my brother always thought was hilarious, and he would have me bring up occasionally and stuff. Kind of like the demon in the toy store one. So, I was looking out, my brother and I was looking out our bedroom window, and there was a bunch of trees out there, more than there actually is, or was, or whatever. And I noticed that there was a bunch of stuffed animals in the trees, because him and his friends, like, I guess, climbed up the trees and hung the stuffed animals up there and stuff. And so, I noticed there was like 1 or 2 in the windowsill, and I noticed there was also a couple of Z-Bots in there. Like there was one the Z-Bots actually have one right here. There's a little like 2-inch robot figure. So I've talked about them in a number of times in my videos. My favorite toy line growing up next to Ninja Turtles. But anyway, there was one hanging from a string, and I'm like, hey, that's one of my Z-Bots. So I was trying to get the window open, you know, like push the windowsill up, but I couldn't get it open. So then I looked to my right. Yeah, it was my right. And like 2 inches away from my face was a clown, stuffed clown toy or something. And then its nose like lit up red, you know, because it was a red nose, you know, round red nose, and it lit up, and it made like a game buzzer sound, like brrrr or something. And I fell backwards in the dream, like, and I woke up and I was just like, okay, because it actually scared the hell out of me. But yeah, those were just some of the crazy dreams I had as a kid. I thought, like I said, I thought this would be a funny idea for Halloween. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in November. Happy Halloween, y'all. Make sure you watch a good horror movie or something. I'm not particularly sure what I'm going to watch tonight, but until next time, thanks for watching.